Just another day of going to work and acting like everything is okay, even though I feel like I'm drowning!
No, this has been extremely toxic and I can't do it. He's quitting and I can't do it by myself. No, not if he's quitting. I'm not doing this by myself. Absolutely. No, because I know what you're going to say. You're going to try to give me a raise and I don't want a raise. Okay. I want a better, healthier job. I understand that. I understand it stinks. It was kind of everything and more. What do you expect? To end up all alone because of how you treat people. You did this to yourself. Don't put that on me.
So I just got off a Teams call at work. I got a meeting invite this morning called Team Update. There was about 15 people on the call. Our VP just terminated our positions. I'm feeling really upset about it.
You know him?
Mm-mm.
He watch your content, so he lost out on $1,600 to do your breaks for free.
Yeah,
What's the catch to it?
it ain't no catch.
So you telling me you went up there with the $1,600 cash I gave you to get breaks, and you went there? Did you try to give him the money?
No, he just said, I'm gonna fix your breaks for free because I watch your content.
I'm gonna fix your breaks for free because I watch your content. That don't even make sense.
Mm.
You like, I'm lost. So you trying to tell me you went up here to get your brakes fixed?
You keep saying the same thing over and over. You always repeating yourself.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it don't make sense. This is his job, $1,600. He didn't give you no discount. He just did it for free.
So what you think, I gave him some ass?
I don't know what you did. You twerk, you clapped some cheeks or something. You did something. Because ain't no way in hell. That
So
don't
you
even
never
make sense.
did nothing for free for anyone? Like it's called paying it forward?
$1,600 worth of labor, and you trying to tell me he did it for free and you ain't do nothing? What else he say?
What am I supposed to do? Shake my ass?
I mean, shit, $1,600 worth of work, and he didn't get paid. Hell yes. So what exactly happened? Like, what happened?
I just told you. I went to go get my break fixed. He said he watched my content, and I was cool, and I didn't need to pay him.
Yeah, that don't even make. So where my $1,600 at?
We're always shopping. Like I needed decorations for the house.
I need my $1,600. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. Like, first of all,
Okay.
you throwing me off.
Okay.
Like, who does $1,600 breaks work for free? Like, it gotta be a catch to that. It's something you ain't telling me.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, you must be.
You ready to go?
No, I'm good. I don't even want to ride. I'm good. Yeah, I drive my truck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like that shit don't even make sense.
I guess my question would have been, if you didn't have to spend the $1,600, why you didn't at least break me off $500 so I can go shopping for Black Friday, and then also give me a little something nice to eat.
Yo, so it's 6:30 a.m. I just got out of the gym, and there was this dad that brought his 14 or 15-year-old son to teach him how to be an electrician at 5:30 in the morning, right? So I walked up to him and his son, and I let him know. I'm like, hey, bro, teach him the ropes? He's like, yeah, man, all he wants to do is play video games. So I got him up at 4:30, brought him here, teaching him how to do my... I'm like, bro, he's so lucky to have you, man. And then I went to the son. I'm like, bro, I know you probably don't like it right now, but you're so lucky to have a dad who pushes you to do hard, teaches you valuable skills, and pushes you to get better. If he didn't give a... He wouldn't have you do this. He'd let you sleep in. He'd let you play video games all day. And he's like, I could just tell the father's look in his face, how much it meant to him, because kids don't see that, especially teenage boys, right? They don't see that. It's like, well, Dad, why do I need to do this? And I think maybe hearing it from someone else will let them know. So whoever you are, man, you're a hell of a dad, and you're going to raise a hell of a son.
Once you understand how a pizza is a circle, but it's put in a square box, but it's fed to you as a triangle, then you'll understand a woman. Yeah.
That's some cold. Ain't for sure.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Are you single?
I'm single.
Why do you think you're single right now?
I'm single right now because I love to explore the world, to see every place, and men back home, they are quite different. Like, they just want to settle down, They're very old school. They just want to stay in one place, and that's why, like,
We're in Miami now. Where's back home?
back home is in Austria.
You don't feel like you've missed your window to find a good man?
No way. It's different than in former years, I guess. So you have much more time. Many women always think like they have some time pressure, but it's not like that anymore.
What makes you feel like you don't have any pressure to settle down and find a man now?
Because there's still enough opportunities available, like everywhere. Back home, while I'm traveling, like everywhere.
But the man that you want,
Yeah.
do you think that he wants you too, or does he want like a 23-year-old chick?
No, I think he would like me too.
What gives you that idea?
I know it because usually I don't experience like bad feedback after dates or that I'm getting ghosted or something like that. So, yeah.
They keep on thinking they have all the time in the world. I can go explore this. I can go do that. Which honestly, do whatever you want to do. Go explore, see the world. Great. But y'all make the mistake of saying I can go explore. I do that for like 4 or 5 years. I can have my career. I can build that for 10 years. By that time, let's say you start doing all the exploring and stuff after college. You might be 23. Let's say you're 23. I'm going to spend 10 years building my career. So at that point, let's say 5. 23, you're now 28. All right. So you say, I got to the point to where I'm making a pretty good amount of money. I'm going to take 5 years to explore. Right. So you're 28. Let's say at that point, 33. You're 33. You probably should be looking to get married at that point in time. Right. But then you say, you know what? I want to go over here and I want to do this and I want to do that. By the time you get through doing miscellaneous stuff and whatever, now all of a sudden you're looking at 40 years old and you're still saying, I have time. And in that, well, not even at that, you're saying, shoot, I'm 39. I want a man. I want children. I want this, and this. And I need to find somebody. And now you're trying to rush and do things when you said that you had the opportunity that you really didn't have at all in the first place.
Try to enjoy this video for what it's really worth before you read the caption at the top. I know most of y'all still gonna read it before you actually watch the full video, but still, just try to enjoy it. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, please. Oh. Bam. Damn, they punching you. Send them down the line. Get some in. Yeah. Get some in. Get up. Hey, don't ever hit the ground, bro. What? My turn. Nah, you ain't hit nobody. I don't know who to go first. Oh, yeah. Come on, hit it. I did it. Come on. You get the same treatment, bro. Take your time.
And to think someone saw that video and said, nah, I don't like that. There's a power dynamic going on here. That's why they doing that. They rough playing with these young men. We need to turn off the internet, at least for a month. We need a reset. Something got to give. Because as a man that was once that age, I knew how fun that was. We like to rough play. We like the horseplay. It stimulates us. We are different from women. Women may not like that. That's fair. That is your life. Our lives are different. It has nothing to do with the power dynamic. Y'all make something out of nothing in the worst way. You think they saw that young boy, and I believe the caption said that that's all his uncles. They saw him and said, hey, go get little bro. We got to enforce the power dynamic. Yeah, we got to let him know who's in charge. What? If you just look at the video, the kid is having the time of his life. He got a big smile on his face. He's enjoying all the attention and the rough play. Look, does this look like a kid that's not having a good time? And mind you, this is later in the video after they done beat him up already. He's enjoying all this. Look at his brother, same exact thing. This is after they beat him up. They love this type of... Our young men are full of energy. They're full of excitement. This is great for them. This is great. I hate that y'all try to take everything away from men, and it's weird, bro. It's fun for us. Stop trying to make everything overly sensitive, bro. I hate some of y'all, man. It is okay for our young men to want to rough play sometimes. It is okay, especially with each other. As long as they don't take it too far, there's nothing going on. Fellas, we need to continue to protect and love on our young men, even in this kind of form right here. Because trust me, they are going to need it and it's going to benefit them, and they're going to learn to appreciate it much later in their lives. Y'all keep the change.
I would not be happy as just somebody's wife and having their kids. Like, there's just so much inside of me. And I decided I'm going to pursue this career that has no guarantee.
Based in the African American community, where our marriage rates are like 30%, they said by 2030 it's going to go down to the teens.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is that knowing that, how do we reverse engineer it? What you said is so true. A lot of African American women are out earning the male counterparts, and they feel like I can do bad all by myself, or I don't need you at all. So now women are saying, I don't just need a man that's a provider, because at first men were the providers. Now they're saying, I want something that men are less likely to give, which is emotional intelligence. Yeah.
When I was young, I was sold the Cinderella story. Like, oh, you meet somebody, Prince Charming. So I did what we recommend girls do. I went to college. I went to Hampton University, got into a relationship. After college, we got engaged. And I remember, it's so funny, my mother, everybody was happy. My daddy said to me, he was like, you are not ready to be anybody's wife. My dad knew. He said, you are so ambitious that you're going to have to give up everything of who you really are to be this man's wife.
Her father, who probably outside of her mother, knows her best. A father will know beyond the Disney fairy tale that creeped into her head about what marriage is or what it's about. A father would know if she has the behavior, the characteristics, the integrity, the morality to be that person, a wife in reality. Again, not in Disney.
He's going to work every day. I have no financial issues. Like, he has a reliable career, probably still has that job with that company at a higher level now. I moved in with him, so it was no extra bills. All I had to do was just get married and pop out some babies. And I said, this is not my life. This is not what God birthed me to become.
But that's your limited way of thinking. You don't have to do that. You could do more than that. That's one part of who you are. Modern women keep on making this mistake of, well, I don't want to just be somebody's wife. You don't have to be. Well, I don't want to just be known as a stay-at-home mom. You don't have to be. That's just one part of your life. You're making it that part, like this whole big thing, like that's my identity. I don't even know who I am. You did that. You could have easily said, okay, let me put these kids on autopilot. Let me get them squared away on a schedule. That's what men do. Let me get them squared away on a schedule and go do the things that I need to get done. Come on, man.
That on me. And for a long time, I remember I used to think I chose my career over love. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't choose my career over love. I chose who I am. So I'm going to say, this is like 20 years ago. And it's like, okay, 20 years later, you're still not married. You're still not a wife. Would you make that same bet? Would you make the same decision?
Co-incoming.
Absolutely, I would. I would have made it a day earlier.
Is that a component of the falling marriage rate is because women are choosing themselves as opposed to choosing family. But the issue is, while choosing themselves, while they'll go on a path to increase the amount of money within their bank accounts, they're also losing some of the fundamental factors that men of substance, of value, find attractive. The feminists and their programs funded by the government have won because they've taken the psyche of young ladies like this, fed them lies in order to increase GDP, gross domestic product. Is this truly your nature, Kendra G? Or were you nurtured into this?
Are women better than men?
Yes.
How is that not sexist?
Women are better than men in many ways, scientifically speaking.
I don't care. Scientifically speaking?
Scientifically speaking, men's frontal lobe is less developed than a woman's.
This makes women better?
Yeah.
So moral worth is determined by one's intelligence? So why don't you just unalive people who have really low IQ?
About? That doesn't. So now it's getting into, you want to unalive men, you want to do this, you want to do that. Okay, sure.
You did have to pause when I asked you.
Now we're talking about pauses. Okay, let's talk about the numerous times you've needed to pause and think.
If you ask me, hey Brian, if you could, would you unalive an entire
I wonder
gender?
why I needed to think. I wonder why I needed to think. God forbid a woman thinks. Oh my God, God forbid a woman thinks.
No, it's not about the fact that it should be. And I would tell this to anybody. If a man was sitting across from me,
I could care less what you would tell a man. Says the CEO of interrupting.
I'm the host.
Says the CEO of interrupting.
You're not the host. Get over yourself.
Says the CEOs of interrupting.
Let me get through this.
Says the CEOs of
interrupting.
Interrupting, please. The CEOs.
Can you stop, please? Okay.
Do you believe a lot of older women who are single because there was some good guy who she thought was lame that she passed up on back in the day? This whole idea that I believe Kevin Samuels put in y'all head, newsflash, buddy. Wrong. A nice guy does finish last sometimes when you're younger, but we don't regret it when we get older, because you realize when you're young, your priorities aren't the same. As you get older, your priorities change. The way you think about relationships change. You've had some experience. You've had some heartbreak even. And the nice guy finishes first. That was back then, so I need y'all to let that go. Oh, she single because it was a nice guy somewhere. And how you know? First off, define a good guy. Because some of these guys who y'all see as good guys are terrible in relationships. And y'all say that like we got older and there was some guy who was a good guy or who we thought was lame who became a millionaire and had his stuff together, and magically we would want him because now in today's age, he is exactly what we're looking for. And I call bullshit. The He-Man Humble Women Club come for me every time I make a post like this. But know this. Yeah, that's not how that worked. There were some nice guys who wanted me back in the day, and I dodged a bullet because looking at them today, I still wouldn't talk to them today. I need y'all to let go of the idea that once you hit a certain age, if you single, it's because you passed up on these great guys from back in the day. Like, no. Okay, now you tell me, what y'all think about that?
Your ideas on relationships are probably going to change. A lot of that is probably going to change. What is meant by, in my opinion, the nice guy finishes last, some things in relationships stay the same. Financial stability is going to need to stay the same. Integrity in a relationship is going to need to stay the same. Right? Certain behaviors are going to, honesty, transparency, they're going to need to stay the same. You have values and different things that change for sure, but base level things need to stay the same. Y'all are passing on those types of dudes. The dudes that have the integrity, they have relative financial stability to go outside and play around with Chad and Tyrone. A good man is somebody that has that, stable, has integrity. And we're not talking about a man that has to be ultra rich, just a man that is pretty much okay to manage what he's got going on. And him coming out to you and saying, I want to take you out on a date. Let me see how you, and what you should be saying is, okay, let me see how you manage the situation. I'm going to let you have it. So if a man handles a date by planning it, well, you didn't plan it how. Too many times y'all remove yourself too far from the process. I get what you're saying. Just plan the date. Let me know when and where. Essentially what you're saying is, I want to see if you can manage the whole entire process. That doesn't mean that you step away from the process completely. You are not a supervisor. You are not a CEO. You are a participant in the relationship. You're still in the relationship. So you still have to give input. You still have to be a part of it. To me, oh, you didn't plan it from start to finish, this and that. And whenever a man comes back and says, okay, let me see if you can cook. Let me see if you can clean. Then all of a sudden, you can't manage that process. I don't do that for nobody else but my husband. All of a sudden, that's a process that you fell at. The nice guy is able to do all of that from a young age. Let's say 25, 26, 27. From a young age, he's able to do that. Or at least he's showing signs of doing that. Right? And the way that he's talking, and then you go to his family and his friends, you say, yeah, he's been solid. Right? And then you just observe. You keep on observing to see if he can do it. But a lot of times what women do is they go out there and play around, catch multiple bodies, and then come back and say, okay, I'm ready for you now. That's not how it works.
When I thought about it, I was like, I hope someday I actually get engaged.
Pokimane is marrying herself. Because at 30, she couldn't find a man. Damn.
The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self. So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self?
Pokimane is utilizing a very patriarchal system to validate herself's existence. Why not just be happy you're single? All the feminists tell me that that's the best thing on earth.
So, this is me proposing to myself. Damn!
instead of trying to marry ourselves, we should try to find a person that'll love us for who we are and not try to get a guy that has a lot of money. A lot of girls do that, then they end up alone.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe! Fiasco ended up happening where I was deployed and she was messing around with someone else, and then she ended up getting pregnant, and then like I found out deployed, and then it made all this drama. And
She got pregnant while she was married to you?
Yeah. While I was deployed.
So sorry.
Like, I think back to, like, I was in Afghanistan and, like, I wasn't allowed to be alone anymore. And it was just I was in this weird daze for so long.
Because they were worried about you?
Well, because, you know, that's like the typical story, right? You get deployed, you're in a combat zone, and then something horrible happens back home. And then, you know,
like
what happens to military people when the stress gets high and, you know, those rates are high. And so.
How did you find out?
White guys be going through it. They really do. You don't really hear about it as much, but white guys be going through it. No cap. It ain't just the black community and ain't just the Hispanic community. Trust me, white men be going through their own share of troubles in relationships. Don't get it twisted.
Found out from her initially. She like texted me and she was like,
she texted you that she was pregnant?
She basically went into detail about what happened, and she's like, you're probably going to hear about it because it had already spread back in the States, but everyone was like, don't tell Dudley. Like, we got to figure out how to tell him, because it's like this big thing when you're deployed. Like, mental health is a huge.
His name Dudley. Check it out. If you in the army or you about to go to the army, just say goodbye to your girlfriend. Just say goodbye. Don't even try to work it out. Don't have no long distance relationship. As soon as you get deployed, break up, because as soon as you get shipped away, she gonna be on the hunt for some new D. No cap. She gonna be looking for some vitamin D. Straight up. Be honest with you.
If you live in a house with your girlfriend or your wife, she needs to be getting your whole paycheck, bro. What? And you live off a little. Yes, your whole paycheck, and you live off a little. Because guess what?
Shut your dumb ass up. Who paid you? Man, there's so many damn content creators these days just lying to women, trying to get views and stuff. Listen, man, I know the truth don't go as viral as the BS. That's why my platform ain't as big as some of these folk that be lying. They stop lying. Man, the type of women you talking about, they died in the 1940s, my nigga. All right, these girls out here will take your check, go to Benihana, Nobu, get their manis and petties and bust down middle parts to the side with your money and be tricking off with the next. Go ahead and give me your check if you want to. I'm not saying that a man is not supposed to protect and provide. That is our job, and that is our core purpose. But do not go into that situation blind. And the fact that you giving men that kind of goddamn advice to be a sucker, to be a trick, to be a simp. Who paid you, bro? Gentlemen, don't listen to this kind of advice or whatever. These folks is lying to you for views. It's a lot of these platforms that I be seeing these folks just lying to men and women trying to get the views. And women, y'all gotta stop falling for this kind of foolishness. These people are pandering to you. They're telling you exactly what you want to hear, so you will buy their e-courses. Y'all need to smarten up. These niggas lying. Shit. What you about to do? Get plastic surgery and get some muscles and start cheating on your wife like Derek Jackson? Man, get out of here. Look, this Friday, I need some artists to come perform on my podcast. A lot of artists hit me every day asking to come on. Listen, you can come perform on my podcast for free. All I need you to do is text the word perform to this number right here, and I'll see y'all this Friday at JR Crickets. We're going to film it live on my podcast, live stream. I'm going to react to your music live, and it's free to perform. So text the number right now. I'll see y'all Friday, JR Crickets.
I mean, men are 9 times more likely to commit after a divorce. This literally kills men.
Yeah, exactly, because men actually benefit from marriage more than women do. And when you look at the statistics of like post-divorce mental health outcomes, men have worse mental health outcomes than women. Women are typically happier after divorce. And so if you want to argue that marriage disproportionately benefits women, like that's not true.
I'd be pretty unhappy too if I was on child support or alimony and I had a hard time seeing my kids.
And you had to support your children. What a hard life.
Well, you understand that it's not taxed. So the problem is they take over 50% of the man's income because it's not, so they have to pay taxes on the stuff they're giving her and take half of his paycheck.
To support his children that he wants to be involved in their lives.
Right, but it wasn't his choice because women leave the majority of the time.
It is his choice to relinquish his parental rights if he wants to.
What I'm saying is many men want to be married and they want to be an involved father and they want to stay with the mother of their children. My point is if she makes the decision to leave, she should pay for it. If you want to leave, that's totally fine, but you should pay to raise your kid.
Is it not his child as well?
And he should pay for the time. That's why I said 50-50 custody off the bat, no child support, no alimony.
So she gets to take on all of the childcare responsibilities, but he doesn't have to like pay anything. He doesn't have to have any buy-in.
I didn't say all. I said 50-50 custody. He should have the kid half the time.
But doesn't have to pay any money towards it.
No, he should pay for the kid when the kid's at his house.
Okay, and so the majority of the time when the kid is at the mother's house, he doesn't have to be involved in any way financially?
No, she should pay for it. She has a job. Why should he have to pay for a kid?
He should support it.
If she chose to have the kid and she chooses divorce, why should she not have to pay for her own decision? That's the thing. See, there it is. You want all the freedom to do whatever you want, but you don't want to have to pay for it.
It ain't no way. I look like this. Like just chilling in my car. Like I just look like this. Off the wake up, like no makeup, just a little lash and lip gloss and a little filter. And I'm single? It don't make sense. But it's okay. I'm crazy.
God forbid men are starting to want more than just looks. God forbid men want women with morals and standards or not being ran through. Now, I don't know if she's been ran through. That ain't my business. My point is, your looks don't mean too much or nothing no more. More men are starting to realize that we went down a path we should have never went down, focused so much on how she looked. And so many women got so focused on how they look, their personality started to dwindle. Their personality suck. Their mentality trash. They don't do anything but bring how they look, which why they're so concerned with the BBLs, the makeup, the wigs, the eyelashes, the eyebrows, the nails, the everything. And more men like, you know what? Yeah, you cute, but are you worth the headache? Are you worth the drama? Are you worth the back and forth? Are you worth the arguments? Are you worth me not having peace in my life? More men starting to wake up to that. That's all. Take these, be cool.
Have you ever heard the saying, the hotter the girl, the crazier the sex? That's a scientific fact, my guys. Get out your pen and paper. Take some notes, my kings, okay? Number 1, highly attractive women get hit on probably 50 to 100 times more than average girls. Wow, right? Translation. She's had decades of nonstop practice turning men into walking zombies. And that confidence transfers directly to the bedroom. She's been running the game since middle school. Number 2, her dopamine receptors go brr. Hotter women get more frequent, intense dopamine hits from the male attention, right? What's the result? Their brains are literally wired for bigger and higher highs. Normal sex is boring to them, the same way McDonald's is boring to an award-winning chef. She needs the 7-course freak menu or she is checking her Apple Watch while you're giving it your all. Number 3, the novelty-seeking gene variant, whatever the hell that means, is significantly higher in extremely attractive women. That's the same gene linked to skydiving, threesomes, and back shots on yachts. While a 6 out of 10 wants missionary and cuddles, your 9 out of 10 wants to be dominated while calling you daddy in 3 different languages. Number 4, sexual boredom threshold is lower. Research shows the more options you've had, the faster you need escalation. The result? She has men offering to do any fantasy she can possibly imagine. If you bring basic vanilla, she is already checked out. Number 5, ego plus beauty equals 0 shame. Average girls worry, what if he judges me? 10s already know you will worship anything that they do. So she goes full XXX movie director, toys, role play, filming, mirrors on the ceiling, whatever. She's not crazy. She's just never been told no in her whole life. Here's the bottom line. The prettier the face, the crazier the taste. God gave her symmetrical face and took away all her inhibitions as payment. Date a 10 and you're not just getting a girlfriend, you're getting a mega freak that will likely eat your soul.
The girls will get a 10-second head start. What U.S. founding father was a scientist who captured lightning? Go ahead.
Captured lightning. U.S. founding father. Isaac Newton? I'm just gonna guess.
Any other? All right, Isaac.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin. What do you call the study of living organisms? Go ahead.
Study of living organisms. Like the human... Wait. Science?
Isaac.
Biology.
Biology.
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't take that in college.
All right, girls. What U.S. city has Broadway?
Nashville.
No.
Tennessee. New York City.
New York City.
Wait, there's a Broadway in Tennessee.
Wow. Well, you may have just outsmarted me. Honky Tonk Highway. Broadway in Nashville is also known as Honky Tonk Highway. Good job. 12 is what percent of 48?
4.
No.
Wait, 12 is what percent of 48? 8%?
Nope. Isaac?
25.
25%. It's a quarter of 48.
Oh, wow.
3-1. What's another name for a gas pedal?
Gas pedal. Ooh. An accelerator, no. Nope.
Yes.
Accelerator?
Yes. Who is the leader of North Korea?
Don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Ashley? Nothing. Isaac?
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. On a keyboard, Control-V does what?
Copy and paste. No.
Boom.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, control. Oh, yeah. Control-C is copy.
What do you call a substance that causes cancer?
Disease? Wait, no.
Isaac?
Carcinogen.
Carcinogen. He wins.
Wow.
Honestly, all in all, I think they did pretty good. I think I knew maybe 4 out of the 5. I couldn't get that. No, I didn't know the accelerator. Well, the accelerator, that wasn't clicking to me. Like I knew there was something else for it, but it wasn't clicking. And then that was a pretty good point about the Nashville thing. That was pretty well. They have a Broadway in Nashville. That's good. I was thinking about the Grand Ole Opry, but they didn't do all that bad.
If she know you're no good and she mess with you knowing you no good, she's disrespecting you. Because if she was respectable, she'll be like, I'm sorry, Corey. I've seen how you move, and I could never be in this situation again. If a girl does that, I'm going to offer her a couple of more dollars to see if it fixes it. But chances are it won't, because she's showing respect for herself, and that's my kryptonite. If you respect yourself, you're not interested in Corey at all. And I don't tolerate self-respect.
So I'm on my way home from work and my wife says she want to talk to me. I already know what it's about. I already know. What's up?
You are just the person I need to see.
Why?
Let me show you something. What is this?
A towel?
What kind of towel?
Towel with pumpkin on it.
They're my decorative kitchen towels. You see how like some of the picture is like kind of fading off and it's wet from somebody drying their hands?
Who could have ever done that?
You are messing up my decorative towels, sir. These are just decorative. You don't dry your hands on these because now the color, see, can you see?
I can see.
The color is coming off because you've been drying your hands on them. Sir?
Couldn't have been me.
Can you just use the paper towels? Paper towels to dry your hands.
Alright.
And not my pumpkin towels.
I get it. I got you.
Sound good?
Sound like a plan.
Okay, so next time.
Next time.
When I touch my towel.
Whoever wearing your towels up, they need to stop doing it.
It better not be wet.
Somebody, I don't know who doing
You
this.
say, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all, she done turned to a drill sergeant.
But yes, can you not use my decorative towels?
How you know it was me?
I know it was you. It's just me and you.
Could have been a guess.
No, it was you.
Alright.
Thanks, boo.
You were saying that a father represents God, but what does a mother represent?
The devil.
Never forget that. You know what happened? Adam listened to his wife. He hearkened to the voice of his wife. Remember that. And remember it well. Never listen to a woman. You listen to her, but don't follow her. You know, women always support the ambitions of men. They always support that fallen, rebellious nature which is ambitious. And men are always working for the approval of that woman, for the love of that woman. And the approval of that woman only makes him more ambitious and more ambitious and more ambitious. His whole life revolves around the reassurance that ambition and pride is the way of being. See? That's the whole thing. If you look carefully in your life, men revolve around the support of the ambitious nature. They've eaten the fruit of pride. Instead of working hard by the work of their hands, they become more and more ambitious and spend their money more foolishly. You have to pay a woman more and more and more money to hold on to her love. See, and what's that love for? It's for pride.
You will be really frightened at some of the things that these men are saying. They're saying, well, why would I deal with a woman? Why would I? Like, what can a woman do for me? Women reject me. Like, it's a lot. It is a very scary time.
Nothing ladies say on radio show scary. If man want to know what woman doing in his life, that not scary, that's smart. If man want to know why he should allow lady in his life, even though she treats him badly, that not scary. That makes sense. Man not say scary things. Man now want stability. Man want reciprocity. That not scary. You just want things for free, while man do nothing and get nothing. We must be wise. Wise like ape.
Primarily what I see is cruelty.
To who?
Typically, like the young women that you debate with that are sex workers.
Why? What do I say that's cruel?
About the things that they've done, their lifestyle. The way
Yeah,
that it
well,
taints
look,
them and ruins them.
It does. Doesn't it?
Then how does your wife's conduct...
Is my wife a prostitute?
I think 3 baby daddies is pretty...
Is that a prostitute?
No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same thing. So why are you making the equivocation over and over and over again?
'Cause
If
to
I
me,
look at a worker and say, hey, little Tom, your son one day is going to look up your on the internet, do you think that that's the equivalent of saying, hey, you have stepbrothers? Do you think that that's even in the same universe? And how is that shaming, pointing that out to them? One day, these women's children are going to have people come over to them and say, hey, man, I d***ed off to your mom's. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm saying something that's not true right now.
I mean, if you have a hot mom, that's already happening to you anyway.
If someone comes over and says, hey, your mom is hot, ha 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 ha, is nothing like, look at your mom getting double penetrated, bro, ha ha. Do you understand the difference there?
I do think that, to me, those
you don't care. You don't care.
both would be considered societally tainted and fallen.
Where's the hypocrisy then when I tell workers this truth?
You have forgiven your wife for her past actions.
No. There was no forgiveness required here. What do you mean?
What are you talking about? You doing a good thing or whatever, man? Or you looked past her past
no,
or whatever.
never said that either.
All right, what are you talking about? Like having those stepkids, like it was a good thing that you did.
Wasn't it?
It's a neutral thing that you did.
Oh, so it's a neutral thing that I did. Okay, got it.
And the more and more you see these clips, the worse it gets. I'm thinking about that fight between Floyd Mayweather and Shane Mosley, where I think it was in the second round or something like that. Shane rocked Mayweather, rocked him pretty good. You can see that Mayweather couldn't handle that. I think he maybe came back a minute or two later on and rocked him again. But Floyd Mayweather recovered and went on to pretty handily win the match by, I think, unanimous decision. Like it wasn't even close. We started picking him off left and right, and Shane clearly at the end of the fight was looking tired, to the point to where the announcers are like, yeah, he's looking old. He doesn't look as fast as he used to, yada, 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 and all that other stuff. And that's, the more you listen to her speak, that's what this sounds like. I mean, some of this stuff is, stop talking. Like, y'all need to start moving on to a different point. In debates, normalize saying, okay, well, you got me on that point. But what I would say, normalize sitting back and thinking. And that's what I think Andrew should have done when she threw that haymaker at him. And he was so upset that he was like, well, what are you talking about my wife for? What are you talking about my family for? Instead of lashing out like that, well, and I understand that's Andrew's personality. That's just how he is. He's pretty hot-headed a lot of times, right? Very passionate is not the word that I'm looking for, but that's just his style of talking to people. It is very aggressive. And I think what a lot of people like, or they're celebrating, is the fact that an aggressor got, he got bit this time. He fell into a trap, so to speak. But the more you go on in this debate, which is what, once again, a lot of people are saying, the more you listen to the debate and these clips, the more you see that she wasn't actually doing all that well. She had a very good moment, a very good, extremely good moment, right? If they would have let the moment then, she might have won. She might have, all that. And yeah, man, maybe Andrew won, but his win would have been overshadowed by the fact that she threw a haymaker at him. That was a knockdown. That was a knockdown right there. She would have had it. Wow, but I got to give an honorable mention. Yeah, she might have lost, but I got to give an honorable. That's not what's happening. You're having a fight to where you rocked Andrew Wilson. And the longer the fight goes on, the longer these clips go on, she should have told Brian, hey, cut the rest of it. I'll pay you to cut anything else. Delete the footage. And just send that out. Yeah, you might be able to send 2 or 3 clips out, but anything else, delete it. You know what I'm saying? But this type of stuff, where any normal person would say, yeah, I definitely get what he's saying. To be arguing against somebody coming up to you in school and saying, yeah, I was doing stuff to your mom this morning. What boy wants to go through that? That's traumatizing. And I don't know if it's I can see where she's coming from. It's nowhere near the same as being in 3 long-term relationships, 2 of them before Andrew, and say, yeah, I had your wife. How many times is that going to happen? If you've been in 3 long-term, I'm one of them, maybe 2 or 3 people come up to you and say that. That's a far cry from half your high school class coming up to you and saying, yeah, that I like that video. Nobody's going to be on your side when you're saying that.
Come on out here. Look here, y'all. I know a lot of my partners can tell you, I always talk about people and they soulmate. And I always tell y'all, there's only one person I personally know in all my years of living that I felt like met his soulmate. And I always say my brother. This is my brother, y'all, for all y'all that don't know. These are the only 2 people I felt like, how long y'all been together?
24.
And they act like they just got together last month. That's how they act. They act like if you hang around them, you swear they newlyweds or something like that, man. These are the only, now mind you, I always tell y'all, your soulmate might not be in your city. So he didn't catch her in Houston, Texas. He had to go to the boot. He went and got her from the boot, you understand me? So this is Media and May. This is my brother, man. You understand me? That's who I always tell y'all. This is the only person I know personally I felt like found his soulmate. Now, I don't know if God got a soulmate for everybody to go find, but he definitely made sure they found. This is the only example I know for a soulmate right here, man.
I got it.
You got the only soulmate that was out there?
And I'm hitting it.
He the chosen one, y'all.
Well, mine is by way of Pennsylvania, those pesky Steelers. Go Cowboys. But we're trying to get over to the right side of the tracks. We trying to slowly convert her to through and through Dallas Cowboys. We're working on it. We're gonna get there. The Steelers is the worst. They're the worst team besides the Eagles and the 49ers. So one day we're working on it, and pretty soon, with enough bribery and enticement, we're gonna get her to the good side.
If you asked her to change, would she have done it right now?
Yeah, she would have, yes.
If he says he doesn't like the outfit, he wants you to change, before you guys came out tonight, what would your response be?
I changed the outfit.
Why would you change the outfit?
Because it's respectful.
Okay, so what do you think about women that call guys insecure for saying something along those lines?
I don't think it's insecurity. I think it's borderline respect if you're trying to get into a serious relationship. Because who are you showing off for? You know what I mean?
See, that's why I'm dating her.
I recently came across this video of a mom forcing her kid to work out. Are you serious? Just kidding. This is not forcing her, this is leading her. To think there was actually some hate comments on her video. You guys are weird. She is teaching her daughter what most parents fail to do. How to move your body, cook real food, and build self-respect. This is what breaking the cycle actually looks like. Majority of the time, you're not stuck with bad genetics, you're stuck with bad choices. More parents need to start taking notes on people who raise their kids like this. You gotta realize your choices become your kids' normal, so make sure they're good ones.
I don't know if I'll ever be a husband or a father. And that really, really hurts me. Because that's all I've wanted since I was a kid. And it eats at you. And you wonder if you're ever going to get what everyone else has. If you're good enough. If you deserve it. If it's something that's meant for you. And I've had to come to terms with maybe it's not. And while that brings tears to my eyes and makes me as sad as someone could be, you just got to trust God's plan. But I can still dream.
I know of a guy. Now, this probably wouldn't be me, but a guy said he walked into Walmart. Walked into Walmart. Saw a father and a kid walking out, or maybe walking in or something like that, ran back out to the car and bursted into tears. Said, man, I want this so bad for myself, for my life. That's my dream, is to have a family. That's all I've ever wanted in life. I'm praying for it. I'm looking for it. And I say that to say he's not the only one that wants this, that's looking for it. A lot of men are very vulnerable like this. Well, y'all are not lonely enough. You keep on doing this, and this. I'm telling you, men are communicating the way it needs to be communicated. Maybe not perfectly, but it's enough. It is enough. Just because I don't say the things exactly how you want them to be said, does that mean that I'm any less worth anything? A lot of men dream about being able to take care of a family, to raise a family. The issue comes in when modern women feel like they're too good for that. I'm way too good for you. I'm way too good for what you're able to offer me. And men are like, how? That's the whole big stink about this Andrew Wilson thing. That I feel like that's at least a part of it is, oh, well, you're doing this and you're married and you're telling women that they're not this, and this. I'm talking to the women who feel like they're better than a man, even though they have a ton of baggage that the man has to take care of. Oh, you're going to have to come with 6 figures. You're going to have to be 6 feet to talk to me. How? How do I need to be Superman when the people that you've been with they're bums? How are you now trying to hold me to a higher standard? And we're not talking about a regular normal standard of being a good person. We're talking about a standard of being a superhero. Those guys were bums. I'm never getting with a bum again. I'm now going to overcompensate and say, I want a superhero. I want a high value man. You got plenty of them right here. Take your pick. Well, he doesn't make enough money. He's still high value. Well, he don't got the nice job and the pristine clothing and stuff like that. He's still a high value man. So like I said, take your pick. Oh, well, he work one of them dirty jobs. he's a plumber. Oh, he a mechanic. And I don't know if I want, all that dirt on my couch and on my stuff and all around my house and cars in the driveway and cars in the garage. I don't know if I want all that. Y'all remember that woman earlier on in the video that called her man and said, hey, we need to have a talk when we get home? And the talk that she wanted to have was over some decorative towels that she didn't want him to use. It's taking up space. You put the decorative towels on the oven to look good, but it's actually taking up space, is what it's doing. Well, we use paper towels. Why? When I'm cooking, why would I continue to turn around and get a paper towel and wipe my hands when I could use just a towel right here? The smart thing, if you want to have a decorative towel, is to have one decorative towel and one functional towel. But a man has to live with that and be okay with that. But when a man has stuff that he does and you don't want to deal with, then all of a sudden that's not the man for you. That's the problem that a lot of men are coming into contact with. Y'all keep on labeling them as low value, broke men, when they're actually pretty high value. Some of the highest that you can get, actually.